Wow, what's that stuff behind me? You're gonna have to watch this video to see what it is. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Jeff, Arizona Hat Homestead. Look what I got. I got some siding on this building. So let's take a look at this siding, best known as T111. But let's take a look. T111 comes in a couple different thicknesses. This is a thicker one. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ply, and got a nice deep groove in it. This is called 8 on center because from here to here it's 8 inches. A lot of them you're going to see will only go from here to here, only 4 on center. I like the 8 on center because the 8 on center to me makes it look a little bit more realistic. The 4 on center, I guess, is so popular that to me it looks fake. And what I mean by that is I want this to look like a little bit like a log cabin. If you guys ever watched Doug and Stacy, which I'm giving a thumbs up to Doug, Doug gave me this idea and I absolutely love it. What you do is you go with this sideways, not vertical like everyone else. You go horizontal, and then you paint this here a different color than you do this. So this is kind of like your cream or gray color. This would be like your wood color, and therefore this will represent chinking, like on a regular cabin. So I love his idea on that. He did that. I'll put a link to his video down below. But so I'm stealing his idea. Sorry, Doug, but I am giving you credit. So is that really stealing? This shot here, I think, really gives you a good idea of the difference between the two. Here you've got your 8 on center, there you've got your 4 on center. That's exactly the same stuff. Same thickness and everything. But it's horizontal. I mean, not horizontal, it's vertical. Everyone does it that way, but no one seems to do it this way. I love the way this looks. What I'm going to do, and that's why I got the house wrap feeding over onto the barn area, the barn wall here, because I'm going to take this siding and I'm going to bring it all along here and wrap this whole building up with it. It's going to be work trying to do those cuts and all that, but you know, I think it's going to really tie the two together and it's going to really make it look absolutely amazing. The people that were helping me do this, they sure were confused on why I wanted it sideways. In fact, one person said it's not supposed to go sideways, it's supposed to go vertical. I'm like, really? Just watch. After we're about half done, they all admitted this looks awesome. Now imagine for a moment that the centerpieces here are all painted like a wood color, like a stain, and then your grooves in there is kind of a cream color, kind of a gray color to represent your chinking. Isn't that going to be amazing? And then I got to find some kind of trim that I want to do for the corners and around the windows and doors. I don't know how I want to trim it. If I want to trim it like these are here with just 1-bys, or if I want to trim it with something else. You'll have to subscribe to find out how I trim it. But I think the idea I got is going to be awesome. Got my door here framed in. This was just a kit, came with a whole door frame. So put that in there. Shimmed it in. Just to clarify, when you put in the door, you always do the inside first. Make sure that's plumb. Now in this front room here, this is called the mud room. What's interesting is this is 6 feet this way and 8 feet that way. So there's no seams on this here, other than the corners. The mud room is going to get majority of the rain. Majority of my storms come from that location. Here, I've got a nice 5-foot overhang here. I think it's 5.5 actually. So I do have a seam right there. We butted it up as close as we could. That's about the only real issue I see with doing it horizontal like this, is that you do run into a situation where you've got seams. Whereas when you do it vertical, the tongue and groove of the T111 actually hides your seams. And the tongue and groove, this is what I mean by your tongue and groove. So here's your tongue, and that's your groove, so it overlaps. So when we put this up, we made sure that the tongue was facing up so that any water would flow here and keep going. It won't come back up into here. If we did it opposite, then it would catch this and it would seep right in. So when you do this, you gotta make sure though that you're hanging it so water will flow down. So again, the only issue I have with doing this is when I get to the seams. And the seams we butted up as close as we could. How well it's going to go in the long run, but I think I have a solution for it, and that would be just to put a trim piece right along there, and then that would solve it. You see kind of the stain a little bit on the wood. See that piece up there is a little darker. It just got exposed to some moisture and it stained it a little bit. That's no big deal because natural wood, when you finally put it up, has some kinds of stains in it. Overall, I think it turned out really nice. I still have to finish this whole corner here as well as my roof, but I think overall it turned out really nice. So you'll have to subscribe to see what color I end up painting this. Do I stain it like a very similar to this light color here, like a pine, or do I go almond or walnut or whatever? You'll have to subscribe to find out what I do. When we nailed these, what we tried to do is we tried to put the nails in the seams, and then I'm going to go through before I stain it and do a punch and make sure these are pushed in as far as they could go. Some of them, because this overlapped this, if we put the nail down here, then this here would bow out, so we put it here. A few nails in here is not going to matter, I don't think. I think it's just going to, it's going to look realistic. We did put on the corners, like over here. On the corner here, I did put one on each end here, just to help secure the edges a little better. Then what we did was we had sewn on the inside, and we tried to predict where the 2x4s would be, so that when we would go to nail this, we would hit the 2x4 on the wall, and it wouldn't just go through the OSB, because if it goes through the OSB, there's a good chance it's going to work itself out. And so if it goes into the 2x4, it's more likely to stay in there. But yeah, you'll have to subscribe to see what happens when we go to stain it. So thanks for watching, folks, and I guess I'll see you guys later on in the next video. See you, bye, have fun.